Do you even need a realtor to help you buy or sell a home? We're going to answer those questions next. I'm Mike Quail from the Mike Quail Home Selling Team here at eXp Realty. And if you're asking yourself, is it worth it to hire a realtor? That's actually a really valid question. And we're going to explore that. So what we've taken is the top 3 questions we get from the local people here all around Greater Boston about real estate and is it really worth it? Do you need an agent? Is it a worthwhile investment? We're about to find out. Let's do it. First question people have is, what is the role of the realtor? What do they actually do? I mean, you can find most of the homes that you're looking for online, right? The main reason most people hire a realtor is to make informed decisions. There's a tremendous amount of information out there, everything online, but you really want someone right by your side, knowing your unique situation, helping you filter all that information and having it make sense so you can make the best decision for you and your family. And honestly, buying or selling real estate is probably the largest financial transaction most people will do in this country. So they really don't want to go it alone. They want an expert by their side. What you may or may not know is realtors actually have a fiduciary responsibility to take care of you and look after your finances. And like we just talked about, it's one of the biggest transactions you do. So to have someone in your corner and legally be looking out for your fiduciary interest, that's something most people like. Now, there is a lot online in terms of available properties, but if you're working with a really good team like our team, we actually search 16 different sources besides the MLS active properties that are online. So it's not just the properties you see online that are available. There is this what we call shadow inventory, this hidden market. So a really good realtor that's willing to hustle and work hard, they can get you access to properties that nobody knows about. Once we find you the house, we'll negotiate the deal for you, and that's really hard in this market. There's bidding wars going on everywhere. Then once we get you the property, there's a whole bunch to do after that. We have to line up inspection, appraisals, deal with attorneys, insurance. So the realtor sort of is the conductor of that whole orchestra and getting everything lined up for you. Now, obviously, if you're selling a house, that's a whole different ball game, right? And instead of looking for a home, we're actually selling your home. And what most sellers want is they want to sell for the most amount of money in their time frame, which oftentimes is quickly, and with the least amount of inconvenience. And certainly, again, if you know what you're doing, you know how to market homes, and you have the whole system set up, and you know how to work showings and qualify buyers, you could do it on your own. What a really good agent does, they help you prepare your home for sale to make sure you spend the money on the things that make sense, will give you a good ROI. Then they help you market the property, get it out to the marketplace so you get the most amount of buyers coming in, so you get the best offer, which isn't just about price, although price is normally number one. And then the realtor, once you get an offer accepted on your house, just like on the buy side, there's a whole series of steps that have to happen to get you to a successful closing day and actually get your check. All right, the next question we get all the time is, when is the best time to buy? When is the best time to sell? Well, it depends, right? So depending on what's happening in the marketplace, whether it's December or June or July, really impacts who has the advantage, the buyers or the sellers. So what you first want to think about with your situation is, when does it make sense for you in your personal situation to make a move or when to go on the market? Now, depending on when you want to buy, it really depends. Interest rates matter. How much inventory is on the market matters. It really comes down to your situation. I will say we always have the most closings from June to October, which means things really get ramped up in the springtime and they start to sort of slow down in October, November. So our slower times here would be between Thanksgiving, Christmas, and into January, depending on how much snow. But that, just because it's slower and there's less volume, doesn't mean you can't do really well as a seller or really well as a buyer. Is it worth the cost to hire a realtor? That's a great question, sort of the million-dollar question. Well, let's talk about it on the buy side, right? Is it worth it to have somebody help you purchase the largest financial investment you'll ever make for most people, and the place where you're gonna call home, where you're gonna hang out, you're gonna sleep, you're gonna eat, you're gonna drink, you're gonna have great times, you're gonna have parties? Would it be helpful to have a professional help you? Is it worth it? Most of the time, using a buyer's agent, some or all of the fees already covered in the transaction. Certainly you need to talk to your agent to get some more details on that, but it's up to you. I think if I can have someone in my corner helping me locate the home, get it for the best price available, and make sure I don't buy a lemon, is that worth it? I think it is. That's up to you. Now, on the sell side, is it worth it to hire an agent? Well, I've seen some studies that show for sale by owners traditionally get 10% less than listed homes. Wow. And your average agent, again, it can depend what the commissions are. They're not set, but it could be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%. Plus, of course, as an agent, they get to handle everything. The agent handles everything for you. They help you prepare the home for sale. They give you advice on how they need to handle showings, how to vet buyers, how to vet offers when they come in, so you know what offer is likely to close and which one isn't. So at the end of the day, is it worth it to hire a realtor? It's certainly up to the realtor that does the work for you. I know here at the Quail team, on the last couple of years, we've been getting well over market value. We've been getting 101, 102% of asking price, which is actually $23,000 more than the average agent in our area. So we certainly work really hard at our team to make sure we get more buyers for our sellers' properties, so we actually don't cost our sellers anything. They actually make money by hiring us. All right, I hope this video gave you some really good pros, some really good cons to consider. And remember, when hiring a good agent, you want to make sure they know what they're doing. They have a set plan and they agree to that plan. They put it in writing. And what do they guarantee you? I know at our team, we have all kinds of financial guarantees to make sure we do the right thing for our job. We put our money where our mouth is. So once you hire that agent, hold their feet to the fire, right? So if you hire a bad agent, it could be one of the worst decisions you ever make. If you hire a good agent, it could be one of the best financial decisions you ever make. All right, guys, that's it for now. If you have any questions, certainly get in touch. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.